it's your girl Tiffany, aka Madam Luscious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces high priestess, aka Diamond. Y'all, I am so drove. Oh my goodness, this makes the 5th time I have tried to do this video. I'm drove because I'm in the middle of trying to finish my nails. Okay, y'all, I've literally got this video all the way done. And they cut off my other device like right as I got the video done. Okay, so I've tried to re-record like 4 other times. Okay, well, 3 other times after the first initial times. This makes the 5th time. I kid you not. Y'all, I'm tired. Okay, I had to do my hair today. I did my daughter's hair. Like, I'm tired, you know. I have to homeschool, all kinds of things. You know, I'm deprived of sleep anyway. I don't get tired. So, it's cool. But, like, this drives me. When you have to do something, like, over and over again, repeating the same thing over and over again, it pisses you off. Anyway, how y'all doing? I do hope each and every one of y'all are doing well and feeling well on today. Y'all, I started doing this video last night, okay? It's in the wee hours of the morning right now, okay? I was supposed to do this video real quick, get my nails done, or finish doing my nails. Like, it's crazy. I've literally done this whole video. I'm so upset, y'all. Okay, so I'm just, I'm so drunk. I am so drunk. Nevertheless, guys, this is another one of my missing mystery videos, okay? This missing mystery is going to be for Keeshae Jacobs, okay? I feel like I've already been talking to y'all. Y'all already heard everything I said, but you didn't. So I usually go on the FBI's missing persons list that they have, but they only have like a limited amount of individual missing persons on there or whatever. So, you know, a lot of people have been in talk about there's like so many people who is missing and different things is not getting the same attention as other people, especially like brown skinned people. So I said, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna try to search other, avenues to see, who's missing and this, that, and the other, right? Okay, so that's what I did. I was led by spirit to do that. I came across this person, Keeshae Jacobs, and I'm like, okay, my spirit was, excuse me, y'all don't even understand. They're messing with my throat chakras. They're messing with my electron. My electron has been working fine all day, okay? No problem. I've had no problem throughout this retrograde at all until I started doing this video. I kid you not. It's been working fine all day. They've cut my video off like 3 times now. And the other 2 times, like, it was skipping around, it was jumping around, it wasn't right. So I'm like, this is crazy. Oh, y'all, I'm so mad. Like I said, this is for Keeshae Jacobs, okay? So I'm just going to try to do this as fast as possible. I don't know y'all, between retrograde, the witches, the Satanists, the Satanic Powers that be, who listen to me, who watching me, they're trying to attack my throat chakra. They're messing with my electronics on purpose. And when you're recording something, if it cuts off while you're recording, it won't save. So I'm literally having to do it all over again. Like, literally repeating everything I previously said. They're doing it on purpose at this point, guys. Okay? Like, seriously. So I'm just going to do this as quick as I can before they decide to mess with this device, okay? So on September the 26th of 2016, 21-year-old Keeshae went to her male friend's home in Richmond, California. Now, allegedly, she was said to have texted her mom, Tony Jacobs, at 11 p.m. that she had made it there safely. Now, red flag number 1, I'm like, made it there safely, like made it to Richmond, Virginia, or made it to your friend guy's house, so which one made it there safely was it? Okay, Other red flags for me is she drove there. Now, true enough, I thought it was very dangerous and very unsafe for her to be driving at night by herself, way somewhere else to go see some guy or whatever, but she was. However, she was in a vehicle. I couldn't find any information anywhere that said, her vehicle has been located, but we can't locate her. She was also said to be going to see a resident of Richmond, Virginia, and there's nothing that says, oh, we interviewed him, we talked to him, we asked him what time she got there, if she got there, what time she left, what took place, was everything okay, was there an altercation? Like, none of that. You have no information like that. So another red flag for me was a video that I seen Tony Jacobs do, which is the mother of Keeshae Jacobs. She came off very insensitive to me. She came off very nonchalant, very, crisis acting, scripted, type of unsympathetic type of way. She didn't shed a tear. She didn't seem to be, emotional when speaking about her daughter being missing or none of that. It didn't sit right with me. To the naked eye, you would say, oh, this is a mother who is grieving. She misses her daughter. She wants her daughter back. That's what it's meant to make you see. If you are awakened and you have the eyes to see, when you can see with your third eye, not just the naked eye, you can read body language, you can listen to the words that people are using, and different things. She had this old duper delight, weird smile on her face, and she was very nonchalant when speaking about her daughter. She was, she just kind of acted like she wasn't very sympathetic or empathetic at all about what has happened or taken place. She spoke about a few different things as far as she's the main one who has provided the information to the police about this, that, and the third, to get them to take the matter seriously. She made a statement that she's keeping her daughter's phone on. She continues to pay the phone bill just in case, her daughter still has her phone and contacts her or whatever. So it seemed, the things that she was saying seemed sweet, seemed okay or whatever, but as far as the body language, the way she was saying things, and all of that, it just kind of, I don't know, it didn't sit that right with me, and it just came off very unsympathetic, okay? So, the Richmond police have said that they do suspect foul play when concerning Keeshae Jacobs. However, they haven't said they found her vehicle, they haven't said they found her car, her body or anything. They haven't said anything about the friend or anything else she did while she was down there. So, I really feel like that they are hiding information, and my spirit guide specifically telling me that they are withholding information from the public. Which is quite interesting, but with this reading, it's very appalling, which is why they keep trying to keep me from even getting this reading out, guys. It is very appalling, and I'm just really tired. I'm really tired of either getting these readings and it links back to the Satanic Powers that be in some type of way, or having these readings where, the person's family or friends, they're sellouts to the Satanic Powers that be. They have sold their soul. They, and all this other kind of crap, and then these people end up being a sacrifice, and they play pretend, they get their crisis acting on and play pretend like they grieving and they're so sad that the person is gone, when they know full well why they're gone, and they know full well that person was a sacrifice, and they were behind. Like, I'm so tired of that. Like, that is such coward crap. And the only reason people are selling their souls is for materialistic gain. It's for greed. It's for positions, titles, roles, advancements, comforts, just materialistic values. And you sacrifice other people's lives for materialistic things that you want in life. I think that is such BS, okay? Like, seriously. So, I did do a spirit reading for Keeshae. I have extra messages here as well, that I'm going to share with you all. So I'm going to try to get this done as quick as I can. I asked my spirit guides, is Keeshae Jacobs still alive and well? My spirit guides told me no. I asked my spirit guides, did Keeshae make it to her friend guy's house on the day that she went missing? My spirit guides told me yes. I asked my spirit guides, has Keeshae been hurt or harmed in any way? My spirit guides told me yes. I did ask my spirit guides, did her a male friend guy that she went to go and see hurt her? My spirit guides told me no. I asked my spirit guides, did Keeshae Jacobs' mother set her up? My spirit guides told me yes. My spirit guides then go on to tell me that Keeshae was a blood sacrifice for her family. My spirit guides also tell me that Keeshae was killed after she left her friend guy's house that night, okay? Or that day, that night. Keeshae, Spirit says that Keeshae was being followed, stalked, and watched. Keeshae was being gang stalked, if you will. She was a target. She was being followed, stalked, and watched from the moment that she left home. So in this area, I will just say that she literally could have been going anywhere. Once it had been made, once, you know, all parties involved had came to the conclusion that they were going to make her a sacrifice, she literally could have been sacrificed anywhere. Just so happened she was a young lady traveling by herself at nighttime to go and see this friend guy in an area that she probably wasn't familiar with, or, you know, whatever. Or even if she was, she didn't live there, okay? So, and we know all too well how many tourists come up missing or pop up dead like all the freaking time. I mean, and not to mention the serial killers that we have on the loose who have never been caught, who I know link back to the powers that be, like the Zodiac killer as well as the smiley face killers, okay? Y'all don't know them? Look them up, honey. So I found it like really weird that she was traveling by herself. Nevertheless, she was, and there was just like a lot of red flags around the entire situation. But my spirit guides told me that she was being followed, she was being stalked, and she was being watched the entire time, especially when she made it to Richmond, Virginia. Okay? My spirit guides told me that Keeshae was pulled over by a set of crooked cops. My spirit guides do tell me as well that Keeshae was beat to death from police brutality by the same set of crooked cops. My spirit guides tell me that the crooked cops killed Keeshae Jacobs in the process of them attacking her. My spirit guides tell me that Keeshae was also raped by the same set of crooked cops, okay? After they assaulted Keeshae Jacobs, my spirit guides tell me that this set of crooked cops, they threw Keeshae's body in the river in Richmond, Virginia, okay? Also, Spirit tells me besides Keeshae being beat, raped, and killed, this was done by two white and or Caucasian officers, however you would like to pronunciate their race, okay? So here I would just say that once the decision was made for Keeshae to be a blood sacrifice, they literally could have used anyone to sacrifice her. There was other reasonings in behind why they used these officers, so I want to let that be known, and I'm going to specify what I mean in just a minute, because when people hear that, especially people of color, automatically they're going to be like, you know, all these racist, cops and, police brutality too, and this, that, and the other. And we know that we have those issues going on in the world. But what a lot of people do not know, especially those of them who are not awakened, a lot of the events that we see, a lot of the things that happen, especially when it's put on mainstream media news, okay, and the world ends up knowing about it. It has been set up. It has been plotted, planned, schemed, organized, orchestrated, everything. It is made to look a certain way to you, sound a certain way to you, and it is put on display a certain way for you to see it just like that. Okay? So it doesn't matter if we're talking about terrorist attacks, if we're talking about lone wolf shooters and mass shootings, if we're talking about bombings, if we're talking about, various different things on different levels. They set up and orchestrate this stuff. And a lot of people do not understand. About 70% of the United States are sellouts. They have sold their soul to the satanic powers that be. They are a part of satanic cults and covens and different things or whatever. They are part of secret societies that they have taken oaths in or whatever, and there are certain rituals and different things that they have to partake in and be a part of. And a lot of this plays a role in a lot of the things that goes on, and many people do not know that. You have some individuals who are ordered to do things, some individuals who are doing things on a sacrifice type of level, and you have other individuals who are triggered to do things. Now, in order for you to be triggered to do something, you have to be under a certain level of mind control, okay? And the technology that is used to invade and violate your mind, your body, your limbs, and everything in order to trigger you, between directed energy weapons and electromagnetic frequencies that are used to tap into the frequencies of your body in order to control you is how they're able to trigger you to do certain things. So they literally can trigger you to do anything. They could trigger you to go and rob a store at gunpoint. They could trigger you to be in a domestic violence situation with your partner. They could trigger people to rape somebody. They could trigger people to kidnap somebody. They could trigger people to be a lone wolf shooter and go to work one day and just shoot it up. They can trigger people to do anything. They can trigger people to make a fight or a brawl happen. They can trigger people to protest, to stop protesting. They can literally trigger anything, anywhere, and there's a lot of targeted individuals that try to get this information out to people, but more often than not, individuals who are targets, they just end up getting gaslighted by people. But that's matter-of-factly the truth, okay? And you can look up things like remote neuromonitoring, directed energy weapons, neurologistic programming, D-Wave, hive mind, quantum computers. You can look up all of these things, okay? Because a lot of these things, electromagnetic frequencies, electromagnetic pulses, all of these things, you can look up and they all link to one another, and it's all technology that is being used to control the masses. And it's like a huge human experiment that is going on. It is a huge social engineering experiment that is going on, like, everywhere. But don't get it twisted. This wickedness is everywhere. It's all over the world. But specifically speaking of the United States, about 70% of the United States are sellouts on different levels. And don't get it twisted. Don't think because you see a person who looks like an average Joe and they're nobody from nowhere that they couldn't be a sellout. That is so far from the truth, okay? These people have people in their pocket on all different levels, okay? From the lowest level to middle class level, upper class level, elite level, and beyond. So that's a different video for a different day, but I just wanted to explain that, before somebody hear this and be like, oh my God, and I mean, to a certain degree, you're going to be like, these racist cops, because there is, racism a part of this to a certain degree or whatever. But just so these happen to be the individuals that they use, but they use them for a specific reason that I'm going to tell you in a minute, okay? Because they literally could have triggered anybody. They could have triggered or ordered, really, two black guys to do this to her. An Asian American guy and a Latino guy. They literally could have used anybody. They could have used some random bum off the street, or a drug addict, or anybody. When they trigger people, when they order people, a lot of people that they order to do things are people who are sold out to them. People who are a part of brotherhoods or sisterhoods or secret societies and different things. These are the ones who they are able to get to in order. Like, they literally have a order to do for a specific reason, and it gives them certain ranking for doing so, okay? But these are ritualistic practices, okay? So I just wanted to explain that, okay? Like I said, these crooked cops, they threw Keeshae's body in the river. Keeshae was beat, she was raped, and she was killed by these two white officers. Keeshae's car was also set on fire. So this is the reason why the vehicle was never found or, spoken about, okay? My spirit guides tell me that Keeshae was pulled over for a headlight being out, okay? Now, this was no major traffic violation. A jerk of an officer at the very least would have gave her a citation for it. There's a lot of officers who are decent. This just happened to be the work field that they're in. They go to work like everybody else. They clock in, they do their job, they clock out, they go home to their family. And then you have other officers who dirty, who crooked, who do things on a shicey, low down, dirty level, who are part of some sinister things or whatever. But I wouldn't necessarily say that all officers are like that. But when it comes down to it, they are working in a field where they are taking orders all day, where they have to do things in a certain way according to how somebody else wants them to do it. It's just the fact that you have dirty cops, crooked cops, and then you just have, regular laid-back cops that this just happened to be the job field that they're in. But when they're out of uniform, when they're on their own time, in their free time, you might not even know that they're an officer because they're so laid back and cool. So it just kind of depends on who you're dealing with. So she was pulled over for this headlight, not because she ran a light, she ran a stop sign, not because she cut somebody off in traffic, not because she was speeding, or simply a headlight, something that she should not have been arrested for or anything like that. But this is what they used to pull her over. Now, remind you, I told you she was already being watched, she was already being stalked, and illegally harassed, okay? But my spirit guides tell me Tony Jacobs, she know exactly what happened to her daughter Keeshae Jacobs, okay? Because like I told you, she is the one who essentially ordered the hit. She went along with the blood sacrifice of her daughter. She was the one who made the decision for her daughter to be blood sacrificed, okay? So she knows exactly what happened to her daughter. My spirit guides tell me that the satanic powers that be, they are the ones who basically ordered the officers to attack Keeshae, okay? They had these officers to specifically follow Keeshae, stalk her, watch her, the whole illegal harassment thing or whatever. And then at a specific point, at a specific time, they ordered the officers. Notice I'm saying ordered, not triggered. They were not triggered. These officers here were specifically ordered to attack Keeshae when they did. My spirit guides tell me that the beating, rape, and killing of Keeshae was recorded as well, okay? So I'm not sure if it was because of the body cam footage that they wear or other devices that was used or whatever, but my spirit guides specifically tell me that those in power, whether it be higher ups in local government there in Richmond, Virginia, or individuals even higher than that, they watched this entire ordeal happen as well as it was recorded. So my spirit guides is telling me that somebody has that recording, the recording of everything that happened to Keeshae Jacobs that is being hidden, okay? The entire thing from the moment that she was pulled over was recorded. her being put in handcuffs, her being transported elsewhere, her being beat, her being raped, and ultimately her being killed. All recorded. Okay? My spirit guides told me that the officers that attacked and assaulted Keeshae did so by order, as a Freemason initiation ritual. Okay? These secret societies, they have different rituals that they have to partake in, whether it be same-sex, sodomy, rituals, sex rituals of different kinds. They have to do blood sacrifice rituals. They have to partake in other things like, it may be things linked to prostitution rings, or things linked to drug trafficking, things linked to human sex trafficking, the grooming or trafficking of children, and so forth, or whatever. But more often than not, many of them have to make sacrifices on different levels. This is how they get their ranking. Or whatever. Now, there's other things that goes on as well, but a lot of these rituals, like, they may have to do animal sacrifices. They do animal sacrifices as much as they do blood sacrifice, human sacrifices, or whatever. But like I said, my spirit guides specifically tell me that these two officers were ordered, okay, to attack Keeshae. Now, like I said, she was already set up to be sacrificed, so she literally could have been sacrificed anywhere, would have been sacrificed anywhere, even if she had not went to Richmond, Virginia. They would have just done it elsewhere, wherever she went, because she was already set to be sacrificed, and it was already set to go down on a certain date at a certain time in a certain way. Okay? And so, the powers that be, they set it up, and they orchestrated it, and that's how it went down. Okay? My spirit guides also tell me that Tony Jacobs was paid for her daughter's murder. Okay? So, the little rallies that she's doing, the protests that she's doing, and different things, the interviews and different things that she's doing, or whatever, this woman has been paid in full. So usually when you have set your kid up to be sacrificed, once it is successful of what the powers that be want, then you will get paid. Then you will get your compensation or whatever. And my spirit guides have told me that she was paid in full for her daughter's murder. Okay? My spirit guides also tell me that Keeshae Jacobs was put in handcuffs. Okay? And I'm going back here to when she got pulled over. She was put in handcuffs. She was put in a police vehicle, and she was transported. She was taken to the woods somewhere. Out in the woods is specifically where they beat her. They isolated her out in the woods. They beat her there. They raped her. They sodomized her. She was being strangled, and she was being a combination of being beat, strangled, and raped when she died, okay? And then they threw her body in the river, and they burnt her vehicle as well, to get rid of any evidence or anything like that. My spirit guides tell me that there were two officers who did this to Keeshae, okay? So they both in unison together did this, brutal attack to Keeshae. Like I said, Keeshae ultimately was killed by being strangled. The strangulation is what in fact killed her. My spirit guides told me that these were, in fact, Richmond, Virginia police officers. So this did happen in Richmond, Virginia, okay? They are covering this up. They are covering up other evidence as well. And they have just made this be a cold case, missing persons case, like on purpose. When, there's recordings of it, there's evidence, there's all kinds of things. They know exactly what happened. Okay, but these Richmond, Virginia police who were working the night shift on September the 26th, 2016, were in fact involved in this horrific crime against Keeshae Jacobs. My spirit guides tell me that it was at nighttime when this happened, and it was around 11 p.m. on September the 26th, 2016. So do you see where the discrepancy come in? Do you remember when I told you that supposedly, allegedly, the daughter texted her mom at 11 p.m. on that day and said that she had made it there. And remember, I told you it was a red flag for me because I'm like, made it where? You made it to Richmond, Virginia, or you made it to your friend guy's house? Like, which one? You understand what I'm saying? But my spirit guys tell me that this was done on purpose, for some kind of like evidence, like proof, like this was the code word, that, you know, the job had been done, basically, to the mother. And if you listen to her interview, she goes on to say, she was like, you know, her daughter had texted her at 11, and she messaged her back and just said, okay, be careful, you know, be safe, love you, you know, bye, whatever. And she literally said it like that, kind of very, you know, cold, like, or whatever. That woman knows exactly what happened to her daughter. She was paid in full. She's the one who made the decision for her daughter to be sacrificed, y'all. And so, that's just what it is. But it's no coincidence that she says on that video that she received that text at 11 p.m. on September 26th of 2016, when in fact, that's when this whole thing was going down and being done to her. So my spirit guys tell me that one of the officers took Keeshae's phone and texted her mother at 11 p.m. okay, and told her, you know, sent that message to her, which was an encrypted message. You understand? And it was like code for saying, you know, we got her, the job is done, you know, whatever. As these people do when they sacrifice their loved ones. And I'm going to tell you all something else. A lot of times when you hear about these sacrifices, a lot of people end up talking about this when it comes to like people in power or celebrities and different things. I'm going to be real with y'all. So one of the main ways that you can tell when somebody has been sacrificed, if you notice, whoever they are close to, every time these people get sacrificed, they're always a distance away. You know that? They always make sure the person that they the closest to and linked to the closest are some long distance away to make it seem like, oh, this person didn't have anything to do with it. This person, you know, couldn't have been involved. They were way over here, and this happened to this person way over here. It's set up like that on purpose, okay? I'm just letting y'all know that, okay? Last but not least, my spirit guys tell me that Keeshae's friend guy was going to Keeshae's friend guy, she was going to see, was in on the setup, okay? So he was in on the setup. He knew that she was going to be sacrificed. He was used as a decoy to get her down there. So this was like somebody that she was talking to, somebody that they probably acted like they liked her, wanted to see her, you know, wanted to hook up with her. You know, she may have been going to see him for a booty call, you know, whatever. Or whatever, which I find it like ridiculous. Like, if you like me like that, like, you can come and see me. You know what I'm saying? And it can be whatever. And once we have that type of rapport, that type of relationship like that, sure, I'll travel to you. But like, I'm not just to travel to you in the middle of the night as a single woman by myself, young girl. You know, way over here. Like, it was all, you could tell it was all set up, y'all. He was used as a decoy. He knew about the setup. He knew that she was going to be sacrificed. However, my spirit guys tell me that he was not involved with physically harming her, but he was used as a decoy. He did know about the setup. He knew that she was going to be sacrificed, you know, once she got there, and he knew what happened to her exactly, guys. So that concludes the spirit reading, guys. What I'm going to do at this time is I'm going to share with you the extra messages pertaining to this reading. So I'm going to start off with the spirit guide messages here, okay? The first message we have here is family secrets, okay? Y'all excuse my nails. I'm in the process of redoing my nails, y'all. I got to put the acrylic on, polish everything. Okay, so y'all excuse it. I stopped it to do this, and it was supposed to be done like a long time ago, so I had to do my hair today, my daughter's hair, take care of pets, homeschool, I got to be a teacher, I got to do this, that, and the other, y'all. Excuse me. So, anyway, family secrets. Okay, this is spirit coming through, letting you know that there's some family secrets. There's some secrets, some sinister mess that is going on within the family, and they are involved. They know full well that Keeshae was a sacrifice. Okay, miss me with the BS. Okay. The next message we have here is moving away from mayhem. Okay, I feel like Keeshae she was trying to get away. That was the reason for this trip. She just wanted to do something else. She wanted to get away. She wanted to have some fun or something like that, and she had no idea that she was smack dead in the middle of the setup, and then, you know, it was being planned for the perfect opportunity to sacrifice her. Ugliness in their heart. I feel like this is for the individuals who attacked her, who ultimately, you know, beat her, raped her, killed her. Spirit is coming through and saying these individuals, they had ugliness in their heart. They were just, you know, full of dark matter, dark energy, just wicked to the core on the inside, okay? And this is why addictions. This talks about toxicity, sex addictions, drug addictions, alcohol addictions, porn addictions, gambling addictions, okay? The next message here we have is cutthroat. So I feel like at least one of these individuals was probably an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Also, this person is very cutthroat, okay, with their words, with their actions, with their way of being. They're very cutthroat, okay? It also could specify that maybe this individual cut her throat as well. The next message we have here is blood sacrifice. Well, we clearly know that she was a blood sacrifice for her family. The Satanic Powers that be orchestrated it all. The next message I got here is got the best pom pom. Obviously somebody felt like that, you know, and I feel like it was one of these bastards that raped her that felt like she had some good pom pom, okay? She had some good punani. The next message here we got, and they took it, you know, so like, it's crazy. I just don't understand that. You understand me? Like, you got chicks out here giving pussy away. You got chicks out here that would even sell you a little pussy for the right price. You understand me? But you gonna go and take some pussy? Like, you got multiple options for getting some, and you just out here stealing pussy. Like, that don't make sense to me. Like, get you a life. The next card I have here is deception. She was completely deceived. You know, there was deception amongst the family. There was deception amongst law enforcement, who was supposed to protect and serve, but they did her so wrong. And you see how that arrow looked like it's pointing straight towards that P, honey. P for police. That was deception. Okay. Next we have is set up gone wrong. I feel like this came out, and I asked Spirit about it because I feel like by all means, you know, the family was they don't want me to get this out, y'all. The family was down for her being sacrificed, okay? I feel like the powers that be set it up for the individuals to you know, how it was going to go down and everything. But I feel like setup going wrong came out because by all means they were going to pull her over. They were going to take her somewhere, isolate her, beat her up, rape her. But I believe from there that they were going to sex traffic her. I believe they were going to sex traffic her, and the attack on her went too far, and they ended up killing her. And that's the reason why the setup gone wrong came out. Very interesting that this came out. CIA, FBI, government. This lets me know that the CIA, the FBI, the government, high up officials is aware of this case, and it's top secret. They're covering it up. What do we have here? None other than crooked government officials, okay? So there's quite a number of individuals who are in power. You know, it could be the governor, the mayor, it could the police officers, obviously, that partook in this crime. These satanic powers that be, those even higher up in power. Satanic sellouts. These officers were clearly satanic sellouts, okay? These hired hitmen, they were told that they can have their way with her or whatever, but you know, they wanted to take her out. They wanted to kill her one way or another. The next message we have here is your mother set you up to hide what she did to you. The mother is the one who set her up. The mother is the one who determined that she was going to be a blood sacrifice. Oh, I'm so tired of these trifling mothers. Oh, like mine. Like, she didn't even, like, this woman ain't even my real mother. But you gonna have the audacity to try to sacrifice me? Like, stop playing with yourself. The next message we have here is they don't care about us, obviously. You know, this is where almost like it feels like a racist aspect come out about this. So, rather speaking of individuals high up in power, or rather just speaking of individuals, you know, these elite individuals altogether, they don't care about us. They don't care whether we live or we die. You understand? They want to depopulate all of our asses anyway, just being real with you, just keeping it all the way funky. The next message I have here, United States citizens been sold out to the enemy. So this is the reason why you have so many African American brown-skinned individuals. I just don't understand that. I don't understand why y'all sell out. Like after the whole history of everything our people have been through, why do y'all sell out and then let these people convince you to kill off your own race, to sacrifice your own people for some money, for a position, for a title or role? Like, you stupid. You stupid. So she sustained severe injuries amongst this attack on her, okay? She was brutally raped. She was beaten. And ultimately, she was strangled, possibly, you know, possibly her throat was slit or whatever, but she sustained a lot of injury, okay? When I saw you gang stalking, she was being followed, she was being stalked, she was being watched the whole time, and they were waiting for the perfect opportunity to get her isolated to do this to her. Next here we have murder. Clearly we know that she was murdered in cold blood now, okay? Ridicule and judgment from the moment, Spirit is saying from the moment they pulled her over, they began to ridicule and judge her. Like, it just, you know, this was just a young black girl, so it probably was like, what are you doing out so late? What are you doing here? Where are you from? Where are you going? You know, type of thing or whatever. Remind y'all, she was only pulled over, supposedly, allegedly, for a headlight being out, okay? Which is crazy. The next message we have here is them folks ain't right. Them cops that pull her over, they wasn't right. These Satanic Powers that be ain't right. Hell, her family ain't right. Them folks ain't right. The next message we have is hidden enemies want to see you fall. Hidden enemies, you know, literally, who knew that she was being set up, who knew about this sacrifice. She had hidden enemies that she didn't even know disliked her, hidden enemies that she didn't even know wanted her dead. It's one thing to dislike somebody, to say, you know what, I'm not going to fool with that person. It's something else entirely when you want somebody dead. Like, really? Where did you do that at? The next message we have here is big bad bullies. So yeah, these cops, you know, these macho man cops come off like that, like all the time. These big bad bullies, you know, they got the gun, they got the badge, and all of this, and you know, they want to let you know who's boss, especially if, you know, they sell outs and they feel like these powers that be got their back. Child, please. That be all she wrote. But you know what? The rabbit hole goes deep, baby. It's all kind of sneaky, creepy, freaky stuff that's going on because that rabbit hole goes deep, child. It's all kind of things going on up in that rabbit hole that y'all have no idea about. We have hackers, trackers, and whackers. She was being tracked. Her phone was probably being hacked. The GPS to know where she was at exactly, okay? And then the whackers. Whackers stand for individuals that take you out, like hitmen, like killers, hackers, trackers, and whackers. What do we have here? None other than murderous mother. Her mama set her up. Her mama set her up. Y'all can file for that message. Y'all want 200, but I can see beyond the front, the stunt that people be trying to put on. It just is what it is. Look at this. We have underground pizza. This is the reason why I explained that setup gone wrong. I believe that they fully intended to brutalize her or whatever, but I think they was gonna try to flip over the plan to kill her right away and traffic her. That pizza is used for you know, female vagina. So when it's underground pizza, and there's a lot of children that's underground locked in cages, y'all, who is being brutalized and abused every single day, and yeah, nobody is helping them, and there's all kind of officials in power. They go down there all the time, and nobody is trying to help them, save them, rescue them, nothing, okay? So, we have underground pizza here. I don't know if they, like I said, I feel like they, a part of the plan, they wanted to sex traffic her, or whatever. But, you know, something, you know, went to the max and they ended up killing her. We have devil worshippers here, where, of course, Lucifer is their god. That's what they tell them in these Masonic lodges. You know, a lot of people like to say, well, it's not till they get to the 33 degrees that, honey, it don't take no 33 degrees to know that they worshiping Lucifer, honey. They not worshiping anything else, doing all them rituals they have to do, honey. They ain't worshiping. That's the God they worshiping. What you mean? Don't take no 33 degrees or no 33 and the third degree to find out that you worshiping Lucifer. That's their God. Stop playing with yourself. Drug addiction. Somebody was on drugs in this situation. I don't know if it was one of the officers. I don't know if maybe Miss Jacobs had been getting high with her friend guy, Shakira. I'm not, you know, but somebody had a drug addiction in this situation. It could have been one of the officers. Next, we have wolves and snakes in sheep's clothing, okay? So clearly, you know, the big bad bullies walking around in their uniforms, honey. You know, they wolves though, in sheep clothing. They got this uniform on. They claim they take an oath to protect and serve, but they ain't protecting and serving nobody but themselves and the Satanic Powers that be. That's all they protect and serve. Don't get it twisted. Don't think it's a game when it's really not. The plot thickens, okay? So yeah, like I said, I believe the original setup was to do exactly what they did to her. Pull her over, put her in handcuffs, take her to some isolated place, beat her, rape her, and I believe they were going to sex traffic her, but something went too far and they ended up killing her. So the plot thickened, okay? Because then they have to do some other things to cover this all up. And look what we got here. It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. So either the mother who set her up to be sacrificed is seeing it with nothing to cut that bitch off, or either the officers that did this to her is saying it ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. Next card we have, none other than racism is real. Clearly. Racism is real. Now, let this have been some black officer. I don't give a damn. You could have been a black anything, okay? You could have been a black dog. You could have been a black bird on Black Friday that raped a little white girl, honey. And they will hunt you down like Seabiscuit, child. But racism is real. And they get away with it. The next message here we have is betrayal, okay? This talks about backstabbers, hate, envy, jealousy, liars, deceivers, manipulators, but she was betrayed. She was betrayed by her family first before she was betrayed by anybody else that she ran into in the street, honey. She was betrayed by her family first. Understand that. And a lot of people don't even think about that when thinking about betrayal. I just want you to take just a minute. Okay, take a moment of silence. 60 seconds, baby. That ain't nothing but a minute. Take 60 seconds to think about the first time that you was ever hurt, that you felt pain, that you was able to understand and comprehend what pain was, who hurt you, and how you got hurt. I guarantee you, it came from your family. The first time you felt anything, it came from your family. Why? Because from the moment you were born, those are the people that you are around before you ever meet anybody in the world, before you ever go to school, before you ever go to church, before you ever go to work, before you ever know anybody in the government and in power, before you ever run into a stranger or anything, you are around family first. Family hurts you first. You learn hurt and pain and all other type of things well before you get into the world. And that's something that nobody thinks about. You can talk about a lot of things on a lot of different levels, but the first time you was ever hurt, more often than not, the very ones who smile in your face, who tell you they love you, they care about you, they got your back, honey, be the very ones that will set you up, that will sacrifice you. Somebody gonna tell the truth in a minute. That's okay. I'll wait. The next we have Kira is brokenhearted. She was brokenhearted. She couldn't believe that this was happening to her. She was like appalled. She probably even, popped off a little bit, talked back a little bit, like, it's just a headlight. Like, why I gotta get out my car? Like, why you putting me in handcuffs? And see, that's all the police need. They call it insubordination. I don't know what in the hell make the police think they can say something, but you ain't supposed to say nothing back. You just supposed to shut the hell up and listen to them. I don't know where that's at in the book at all. But when they go to write the shit up, they call it insubordination. You can call insubordinate whatever the hell you want to, but don't think you can say whatever you want to say to me and I can't say nothing back. Just because you got a gun in the badge does not mean that I'm not full the hell grown and I don't have the right to speak up for myself. But child, please, she was brokenhearted by what was done to her. Again, we got family secrets. This time it say shh. There was something really hidden within this family, honey. Something's really hidden within this family that they don't want people to know, honey. And that's the reason why they sacrificed that girl. Look at this. Your entire family is in on the setup. Didn't I tell you? They all in on the setup. They all knew she was going to be sacrificed. Sound like these are fake, phony, fraudulent family members I got over here. One side of the family ain't even no relation to me, honey. They even fraudulently switched me at birth and adopted me. And the other family is actually my doggone family, but they just as low down and dirty as they want to be, honey. Next card we got here is deadbeat dads, honey. I don't know where her dad is because I didn't even see him. When I seen the interview, I just seen her lying mama. But obviously she got a deadbeat dad. That's a part of this thing too. Probably linked to these satanic powers that be in some kind of way. Look at this, family crime mob. She obviously got family members, and then we got toxic family members, okay? So family crime mob and toxic family members, yeah, we got some family members that's into some sinister things, okay? That's into some low down dirty things. They don't mind getting being a part of no criminal activity at all, chap. They all in on it. Well, we got lies and deceptions. Of course it's lies and deceptions. It's lies and deceptions about what actually happened to her, hiding evidence, and in the whole setup all together, from the family all the way to the police. Lies and deceptions, cover-ups, okay? Death. Murder equal death, okay? We clearly know that she died. She's no longer here with us. Look at this. Stay woke. They be creeping. Didn't Childish Gambino tell y'all that? Y'all better stay woke. They be creeping. Who you think they is? These satanic powers that be, honey. These satanic occultists, honey. These powers that be. Hell on earth. That's where we living. Right here in hell. Hell is on earth, okay? She was going through illegal harassment, y'all. She was being illegally harassed, okay? She was being illegally harassed. And the people that done this, they had sex addictions. They was all too eager to do it. Ain't it funny? I find it quite amazing, even back to slavery time, all the way up to now. Now, it's nothing to see a white girl with a black dude. They did that a long time ago. And it really started off to take the black man out the black family dynamic, out the black home, or whatever, because they don't like strong, well-knit black families. They don't want a black mother with a black father who got black children, and they, together and happy, because that stands for a strong dynamic. So they started doing a lot of things a long time ago, and it was before the white girls start, back then, you was a black girl, you had full lips or a big butt or thick thighs or something you was talked about. Now they go out here and they go buy this stuff on purpose, honey, to look like that or whatever when they switched it up. So, all the bitches was getting the black men's or whatever because, just to be quite honest, well, I'm not going to say that. Somebody might get offended, but anyway. So that's what was going on. So that don't really surprise me. I don't think it really surprised anybody. What do surprise me is that you don't see half as many white men get with black women. It's like the all-American white man can't be for the black woman at all. Like, they few and far in between. Like, you see some good, some cool white guys that'll get with a black woman or whatever. Like I said, few and far in between, okay? But as much as you see the white men that go after black guys, you don't see the white guys that go after black women like that. But, from slavery all the way up to now. Ain't it funny that those of them who are racist, like racist white men, I mean, you know, we done been niggas and porch monkeys and coons and some of any and everything you want to call us. You hate us to death. But even in slavery time, you stole the slaves' milk. You understand me? You was raping the slaves back then. You understand me? Do you know how many white children was fed off the titties, off the breasts of black women, black in slavery? So it's like we done always been good enough to fuck, but we ain't never been good enough to marry. We ain't never been good enough to give you all to actually love or anything like that or whatever. So they don't have no problem, you know, with you know, when it comes to their sex addictions and things, with screwing us. And excuse my language for anybody that feels some type of way about what I just said or whatever, because I really try to be respectful, okay? I'm fully capable of having a complete conversation without using profanity. But I'm just saying, I just find that, you know, hard to believe. Like, why are we, you know, y'all been raping black women for the longest. You hate us, but you ain't got no problem with sticking your stuff in us. You ain't got a problem with that, as long as you raping us. But for some reason, we're not good enough to be in a relationship with what? But you afraid that the black woman is gonna taint your bloodline. But you ain't got no problem with pimping your white girls out to the black girl, to the black dudes, to go and get as many of them, just solely because you don't want any of the black women to have. Now, we in a whole different day and time now. See, now black women got a problem, because at first, y'all was just dealing with the beggars coming in, getting all the black men. Now they done turned all these men out, honey, they done been feminized. Now y'all women is wrestling against the white girls who got booties and breasts and full lips and all kind of things just as big as the black girls, and they pulling these black men in left and right. But see, now even the white girls got some competition, honey. They got some competition, honey, because these transgenders that came on the scene, honey, and they is turning these men out left and right because they going, honey, they in the closet, they down low, they switch hitters, honey, and they go. So I'm like, it's a new world, ain't it? It's a new world for y'all. But anyway, I just wanted that to be done. I just think it's really a trap. Like, it's like nothing for white girls to get a black dude. Like, if a white girl like black men, she has no problem with getting her black men. Black men been going for white women for various different reasons or whatever. But when it comes to white guys, it's like, I don't know if that's like against they code or something. If that's like against they little bloodline rituals or beliefs or something or whatever. Like, why are black women good enough to screw, good enough to rape, but not good enough to be in a serious relationship with, not good enough to marry? Like, how that work? Nevertheless, honey, that's like a topic for a different day. The next message we have here is you can't trust nobody. She couldn't trust nobody. She couldn't trust her family. She couldn't trust the friend guy she traveled down there to see. She couldn't trust the police, the authorities, the very people that's in power that's supposed to be put in place to help you in some type of way. She couldn't trust them. They say watch your surroundings. She needed to watch her surroundings, honey. She had no idea that she was being watched and stalked and harassed like this. And she surely didn't have any idea that it was going to be the very officers in power that was going to betray her so severely. The next message we have here is get out and don't look back, honey. I feel like the officer told her that. Like, when they got her out to the woods, they told her to get out and like run or something, and don't look back or whatever, because you have those of them who are a part of these satanic covens too, who hunt humans for real. They will strip them naked, let you loose in the woods, honey. Watch that movie called Hunter, child. And the crazy thing about it, that back road, I hate these directors, honey, when every time they do a movie in Arkansas, honey, themed in Arkansas, it's always on in some wooded back road area that don't nobody know. They don't care who live out there. Nevertheless, honey, that's what they did in that movie, child. Y'all go and see that, child. They be hunting humans for real. It is not a game. I'm telling you. Somebody told her to get out and don't look back. Okay? And then they hunted her down like sea beasts. They went and grabbed her and they attacked her. Snap. This fool just snapped. All of a sudden, out the blue. But this whole thing was premeditated. This was premeditated murder. Well before it happened. Because it was already a setup. Sacrifice. She was already going to be sacrificed. You see what they say down here? Plots, planning, schemes. Setup. Premeditated murder. Last but not least, what we got here. Police involvement. The cars can't lie, y'all. I ain't make it up. I ain't even make it up, child. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna go through these. I'm gonna go through these. The murder mystery oracle. Okay. So first we have lies, deception, and potential cover up. Okay. Obviously, there's lies, deceptions, and cover-ups in this situation. Next, we have killer sustained a wound during the murder. So one of the officers hurt themselves while they were attacking Keeshae. Next we have here is details leading up to the murder may be worth investigating. I'm telling you, she was set up. She was sacrificed. There's a loose link somewhere, okay? When these things go on, a lot of individuals know, okay? And it's really, if any of them speak, who knows? But the details leading up to this murder, there's a number of individuals who know about it, okay? If anybody's going to actually investigate it, I doubt it very seriously. And look what we have here. Multiple people were involved in this crime. I told you this was set up, y'all. She was sacrificed. She was a sacrifice. She was set up. Multiple people involved. From our own family to the powers that be, to the individuals who actually done it, to our friend guy she went to see. Multiple people were involved and knew what was going on, knew what was going to happen. Killer has a history of committing crimes. One of them officers is a little delinquent. Somebody call AI. IA, Internal Affairs. Somebody needs to call Internal Affairs because one of them darn officers that was working on the night of September the 26th, 2016, he got a history of committing crimes, and that fool is still on the force, honey. Only thing saving his life is the fact that he a sellout, but he Satanic Powers that be here, Mason. But he got a history of committing crimes. I know they know it. I know they know it. Look, a friend knows something. I'm telling you, the friend guy that she went to see, he know. He knew that she was being set up. He knew that she was going to be a sacrifice. Okay, 3:33 on the clock. It's 3:33 in the morning right now. A friend knows something. He knew that she was being set up. Okay? Witnesses may fear coming forward with valuable information. I believe that's the same friend guy. And you see it say help. He can't speak out. He from Richmond, Virginia. You know they got an eye on him. And he know about to set up. He know about to set up a sacrifice. He can't say nothing, or they'll kill him. Someone coerced the killer into murdering the victim. You see this demonic looking person here holding his pitchfork, look like the demon here, and he's shaking hands with this person over here. That would represent them Satanic Powers that be coercing these officers, ordering these officers to go along with doing this sacrifice of this girl. Additional evidence at the scene may be discovered. So out in the woods where they took her, honey, out in the woods where they took her, there was some kind of evidence that was left back. Now, like I said, she's been missing for 5 years now. Whether or not it's still there, who knows? But she was thrown in the river. I'm not sure if they weighed her down by anything or whatever, but there is some type of evidence that somewhere between where they took her in the woods to where they dumped her body could be, resurfaced somewhere. Victim stalked by killer. Okay, I told y'all she was stalked, she was being watched, she was being followed, she was being harassed. It don't matter where she went. This literally could have happened anywhere, y'all. It was already set up that she was going to be sacrificed, and she was being stalked. She was being watched. They was looking for the perfect opportunity to do something to her. That's why they wait till late at night to get her. Was you by herself? Money may be involved. Didn't I tell you the mother got paid? The mother got paid for sacrificing her own daughter. That's how I go down with these sacrifices. They sell out. I can't stand them. There was a motive for committing the crime. You see this? Look at this. There was a motive for committing the crime. You see all them bags of money right there? Somebody, maybe this mother or whoever else involved, all they seen was money. They was going to get a large sum of money for pulling off this sacrifice, for going along with this blood sacrifice, okay? Or if this say there was it could be somebody, but I feel like this was because with the card that we got, money may be a motive, okay? And then you get the card that say there was a motive for committing the crime. We still talking about money. You see them bags of money? You see this person being handed money? Somebody was paid. Individuals was paid to go along with this setup, with this sacrifice. Additional evidence is at the crime scene. I told you. Something was left behind at the crime scene. Either where they took her, her body, there was some type of evidence that was left somewhere that is obviously still recoverable and is still there. Important details are not being revealed to the public at this time. And you see the skull and bones here with this key. Skull and bones is the key. Skull and bones may be the secret societies that they dealing with. You understand me? And the skeleton key here, that's a skull there, and that's a skeleton key. These is your secret societies, honey. That information ain't coming out to the public because they know what actually happened. They got video surveillance of it. It was a setup. It was a sacrifice. They know exactly what was done to her. Killer will murder again, okay? This is somebody who gets a thrill with killing. The card already came out and told you that he has a history of committing crimes. That's why I was like, somebody call IA, Internal Affairs, honey. They the ones that investigate crimes that goes on amongst officers within the precincts, okay? They say this fool gonna kill again. He like killing. You see how he already looking at somebody else? He already stalking somebody else. He probably killed somebody before he even killed Keeshae. He like killing. He get a thrill out of it. He probably get his rocks off, honey. Oh. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have this case will remain unsolved until key evidence is discovered. It's going to remain unsolved. Key evidence is not going to be discovered. Why? Because it's going to implicate the officers. It's going to implicate the powers that be. It's going to implicate the family that sold out, that they already paid. So, you know, they already paid them. They went along with the sacrifice, so it wouldn't make sense for the powers that be to roll on them, you know, or anything like that, because they already paid them, you know. Anyway, y'all, I am so glad I was able to get through with this video. I thank each and every last one of you for listening and for watching on tonight. If you all have any missing mystery, murder mysteries, or just topics that you would like me to do a reading on or to talk about, please email me at tiffanyziegler60@gmail.com. If there's anybody who would like to donate to the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. I thank you with every fiber of my being. And you can do so through Cash App at $TiffDiamond36, okay? As I always tell you all, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies. This is a wicked, wicked world that we live in, y'all, and there is evil that is lurking around every corner, okay? You just never know who's going to betray you. You never know when it's going to be your last day here on this earth. Honey, you never know what you're going to run into, okay? So you got to stay awake. You got to stay aware. You have to stay vigilant, and you need to stay prepared. Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, baby. Till the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste.